Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a good day. This is a quick update on the Crystal Kipper case from February 24th, 1997. Crystal is missing out of Kansas City, Missouri, and her car was found in Platte City, Missouri, off of I-29 highway. Um, So, as many of you know, she has never been found, and this has been one of our cases that we have had, and we have been trying to gain access to a location where we had some information come into us last year in 2022, and we basically have been able to move forward, and we sent out some letters to the property owners, and basically I presented her case information and the missing persons flyer reports that was made up for Crystal. And I presented all this to the landowners, and they absolutely gave us the go ahead to search the property. So this is pretty huge. This is a area that has never been searched, and it is a property that the person who was believed to had been a part of her disappearance evidently was known to frequent. So, and then, like I said, we had some information come in, a tip, a lead, and so we are moving forward with it. And like I said, we was able to gain access. So this is pretty huge in her case that we are going to be able to move forward with a ground search. So when I spoke with the landowners, I told them that our first search would be a general walkthrough, and then the second search at a later time will be with GPR, ground penetrating radar. So, um, so there was some questions in regards to at the time that this happened, which was February 24th of 1997. Was there a possibility that the ground was too frozen at that time of the year, you know, to where possibly, you know, this person couldn't have dug a grave, basically. But Dennis and I, up late one night, was working on basically NOAA weather historical information, and we found out that in the month of February in 1997, there was only, I think, 2 or 3 nights that was below freezing or had a hard freeze. But for the majority of the month of February in 1997, it was warm out. The temperatures were in the 30s and 40s. So absolutely, he could have dug a grave, and put her, body, unfortunately. And I hate to say it like that, but that's basically, it possibly very well could have happened that way. So, real quick, we'll just go over her case information. So, and I will move stuff around here to see if you guys can see this a little better, since I am not high tech savvy. So basically, the details of her disappearance are: Kipper drove to St. Joseph, Missouri from her family's residence in Kansas City to pick up a friend during the evening of February 24th, 1997. They went ice skating together. The low fuel warning light in Kipper's red 1989 Ford Probe LX activated as she was driving her friend back to St. Joseph at approximately 1 a.m. She refused to stop for a gas fill up, saying that her car always had good gas mileage and she could return to Kansas City without topping the tank. Her family says she, oh, excuse me, her family says she used her AAA Auto Club membership several times prior to 1997 after allowing her car to run out of fuel while driving. Kipper dropped her friend off in St. Joseph approximately at 2 a.m. and promised to call him by 3 a.m. to announce her arrival home. Sorry, I had something fall over and I had to move it. Her friend fell asleep while waiting for her call. Kipper's car apparently ran out of fuel shortly after 2:30 a.m. as she drove down Interstate 29 north of Kansas City International Airport. So her car was found at what we would call, if you're on I-29 going north, this would be the third exit for the Platte City Tracy area. It is the last exit where you can go into Tracy, or you can go into the back way to the Platte County Fairgrounds. There is a new Trex gas station there. There is KC Bobcat store there, and there's also a antique mall at that exit. So her car was found on the southbound exit ramp area is where her car was found at that exit. A truck driver observed a dark-haired Caucasian female flagging down traffic with a concerned look on her face by the southbound shoulder of the highway at approximately 2:34 a.m. The woman fit Kipper's description. The witness told investigators that he saw another vehicle backing up the exit ramp towards the woman's car as he passed. Kipper has never been seen again. Kipper's mother discovered her daughter's Ford Probe later in the morning on Interstate 29. The hazard lights were on and the vehicle's battery was low. There was no signs of Kipper at the scene. Authorities searched the Kansas City, Missouri residence of John E. Williams later in 1997 when he was implicated in the abduction and sexual assault of another woman. Investigators discovered Kipper's identification cards, paycheck stubs, car keys, mock turtleneck, and jeans inside Williams' home. DNA tests confirmed that the clothing belonged to Kipper, and the investigators believed the damage to the clothing was consistent with a homicide. Williams was questioned about Kipper's case and claimed he accidentally struck and killed her with his vehicle on the night of February 24th on Interstate 29. Williams was a convicted sex offender and told authorities he was afraid of becoming implicated in the crime, so he placed Kipper's body in his car and disposed of her remains. He initially refused to divulge her burial location, but eventually led investigators to the Platte City area. Nothing was discovered during an extensive search. Authorities learned that Williams had his car's windshield repaired the day after Kipper vanished. They believed it was damaged by someone kicking it during a struggle. And I think some of the information that had come up with this is that the glass company or someone, I think there was some, stuff that was basically brought up that the windshield had been kicked outwards. So there was a struggle in the car, and apparently, the front windshield had been kicked by someone's feet or etc. It was not a situation where someone had hit somebody, they came up, hit the windshield, and the glass came inside the car. I believe that was discussed, on the news and, different social media. Sorry about that. Um, Williams denied the statement and also denied initially killing Kipper. Several witnesses provided tips which placed Kipper's body of in the woods of Platte County, but no evidence was ever located. Williams was imprisoned for the rape and abduction of the other Missouri women and was about to be charged with Kipper's homicide when he committed suicide in his cell in 1999. He died without revealing the location of Kipper's remains. After his death, two of his cellmates corroborated his previous statements, saying he had told them he had killed Kipper and disposed of her body. So basically, that is her story. And unfortunately, it's a sad, very sad situation. Everything that has happened, and her case, is basically it's not in the light, anymore. Nobody reads about it. Nobody discusses it. It's been, Muddy Waters has, done episodes on it, but for the most part, you just don't hear about it no more because it is, such an old case at this point. And it's sad, so, but unfortunately, we have access now. We have access to this possible location that he could have possibly buried her. So we will be sometime here in the next, hopefully, few weeks, a month, 30 days. We will be getting our team together, and we have a list of volunteers that will be going with us. And we will boots on the ground. We will be on it and trying to, hopefully we find her remains. I hate to say it that way, but like I said, the first time we go to this area, we will be doing a general walkthrough. And then the second time, we will be going back with GPR ground penetrating radar, and we will be looking that way. So definitely, we'll be making 2 trips, and I'm sure after we make our first one, we will be discussing stuff with everybody, and we will have videos and we will present our evidence, what we find, what we don't find, etc. One of the landowners I have spoke with, she had made it clear to me that her and her husband, they're always worried that they're going to find somebody deceased on their property. So, it's I'm kind of lost for words. As you can see, I'm just kind of stumbling here as I'm trying to talk about it. But this is pretty huge. Her case is really set dormant for quite a few years. So, so please, keep an eye out. Hit that like button. Share the video. The notifications. Please, click the notifications so you can, keep up with us and what's going on. And we'll have more updates coming soon. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.